Hey, hi, it's me, Santa Ed Taylor. This is the 12th day of December 2016. We're less than 2 weeks away from Christmas. Um, I have a tip this week. In fact, I have four tips this week that I think you will find really useful as we're kind of heading into the last half of our little Santa season here. The first one is this: get great photos. Remember, our photos are so important to what we do going forward as far as putting them up on our website, putting them up on other gig sites, putting them up on social media. And the more photos we have, the more likely we are to get some great photos that we can use. So just, now's the time. We're out there doing things, so be sure to get great photos. The other thing is videos. Video is becoming so popular. It's all over the internet. I've talked about this before in another tip, but capture the videos. Again, while we're in the season, we're doing our thing. Do what you can to encourage people that maybe are hosting your events. If you're doing home parties or corporate events or community events, see if you can get some people to take some videos so you can use that. What I like about the video, maybe you can use in some kind of a marketing capacity, but we can learn so much from watching ourselves be Santa and ways to improve and get better, become even more extraordinary. So that's why I think video is so important. So those are kind of two tips that will help us into the 2017 season. Then I have a couple of tips here for right now, while we're in the thick of it and we're out performing and doing everything that we do all the time now. There are a couple things that have kind of jumped out at me as I've watching videos that people have posted and that sort of thing. And one of them is the ho ho ho. It seems to me that a lot of Santas really overwork that, and they also kind of use the ho 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 almost like words, kind of a staccato ho ho ho. It's not fun. It's not really jolly. So think about, just consider the idea of the ho 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 being a laugh, part of that jolly demeanor that we associate with Santa Claus. So the way I try to do it is, if I'm coming into an event or something like that, I might say, "Oh my goodness, I am so glad to be here." That. So it's not as staccato. It's not as ho ho ho. It's not an interjection of words. It's a part of a natural laugh, and that kind of brings me into my tip 4 for this week. And that is the authenticity of Santa Claus. It seems to me that it's real easy to act as Santa Claus, have a kind of a voice that we're making up and so forth, and kind of acting, and it seems to me to work better when we can just be a little more authentic. So when we're in home parties or in an environment where we have a little more time just to chat with the kids, and same with adults, but if we can be more natural and just be us as Santa. And so I like to have, especially with little 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds, kind of more adult conversations, and I love to ask them a lot of questions. So I ask them things like, "Now, I just was curious, before we get started here today, do you remember where I live?" And North Pole, North Pole. That is correct. I do. I live in the North Pole, and I'm so proud of you for remembering that. Now, I wonder, do you remember any of the things that I have at the North Pole? Like I have a workshop. I don't know. Did you know that? And oh yeah, workshop. And you have elves, and it creates an engagement that's fun, and it's two-way. It's a conversation. So those are just some of, I guess, what I find that's really enjoyable and seems to get really good response from the people that I'm with, and hope you find them helpful. Have a blast. I'm just so happy that we're able to do this. So many of us wait so much of the year for our little window of opportunity here to really get out and see a lot of people and bring that joy and be a part of those experiences that last in the memories of people. And so anyway, just enjoy it, have fun, and remember that the Santa Claus Conservatory is here. I had inquiry this morning from somebody who is actually in a situation where they're going to be having a visit with 40 children who are terminally ill. And so there's some questions about how to best do that. And again, all that information is available in the website. In fact, I thought I might have put it in the other room, but I had a letter that I had yesterday. Yeah, I don't see it right in front of me. From a little gal who has Rett syndrome, which is a very disabilitating kind of an illness, and it was so helpful to me to be able to think back to the session that we did on dealing with children with special needs. And anyway, so to remember that all the classes are still there in the conservatory. Avail yourself of them if you might find them helpful. There's all the performance things, all the classes on how to become extraordinary as Santa Claus and so forth. So in the storytelling, I'm using the storytelling all the time. My little Jimmy Dickens story, the Cole story, that is getting great reviews. And of course I'm reading the Selfie Elfie book, which is a fun, great book to read, and that people are really enjoying that. And you can get them, by the way, if you don't have the Selfie Elfie book, you can go get that on Amazon. In fact, we just ordered some. My wife ordered some from Amazon the other day, and they came in, I think, 3 days or something. So you could still do that if you don't have one and you'd like one. Anyway, this has been a long video, but anyway, wishing you all the best, and talk again soon.